Hi, this is Julia at Love's Beginning, and I'm using Facebook Live for the first time because I went on YouTube and the live feature, the live stream wouldn't work for me. So maybe this is a better way to do it, and I'm being steered in the right direction. I felt guided to make a video, and the focus of it was to notice how negative thinking is attached to a particular future outcome. So that's what I was going to do this morning. And it is what I'm doing, but it's funny how everything lined up. So I had an experience that completely played into the hands of that. So I don't know, it's about 5:30 in the morning right now. And I'm actually going to go back to sleep right after that because my son woke me up at 1 a.m. today, and he told me that my daughter had texted him. She was at a sleepover. She was upset and she wanted me to go get her. So I video chatted with her for a little bit and decided I would go get her. Um, and I had to laugh because when I went outside to get in the van, there was freezing rain, and I want to say the floor of the driveway, it was already slippery. And 5 years ago, I totaled my husband's car on a slushy road. So since then, winter driving has been a trigger for me. And what I experienced during this drive is that it uncovers terror, right? If there's something that really pings your anxiety, it uncovers not just anxiety. If you really look at it, it uncovers terror. What am I afraid of? Dying. What is actually impossible? Death. I know this. So I I need to look at this when it comes up and see what's going on. And what's going on is back when we wondered what would not harmony be like. And then time began in an illusion, and we forgot that it was an illusion. We really believe we've done something wrong, and we really believe that we're deserving of punishment. And so, why do we have fears? And we strive mightily to come up, but it's so good when they come to light. Um, I'm, I have my glasses off, so there won't be a glare from the computer, but video's looking a little weird even to me. I apologize. It's my first time with this technology. We'll see what happens. Um, Anyhow, though, when our fear is uncovered, it's a very good thing. So we shouldn't be afraid to allow the fear to come up. I'm always encouraged to celebrate when you're allowing yourself to feel, because that's the key to going to the thinking, to realize the thinking was prior to this, and what were you thinking and what were you believing, and to allow your perceptions to be healed. So going way back to what seems like the beginning, we really believe that we're deserving of punishment because we really believe we did something wrong. We believe we took creation whole in it, that we believe we disturbed. Oh, that's a pretty big thing to believe about yourself. And if you believe that's possible, then you believe punishment's possible, and you believe you're the one deserving of punishment. If you believe anybody out there in the world is deserving of punishment, that's what you're covering over. You're projecting out, and you're making a world in which there is a body and upon which to project the idea of deserving punishment, just so you won't go back to this original fear that you deserve punishment. It's trying to hide from that, trying to escape. But there is no escape. If we're going to go back to the happiness and joy we share, and we really want to go back to harmonic action with each other, harmonic speech, harmonic life, then we need to face this terror. And we won't be walked through it. We're never alone. We're always surrounded by non-physicals, and what they do for us is correct our perception. So it's not a punishment to walk through the terror. It's a correction of what we think we did, what we think we're seeing. And in the meantime, this physical world we're making, we invest it. If you look at how you invest weather with the power to harm, that's the physical. With the perceived power to cause death, to harm bodies. That's all on us. That's what we're doing. So if we can see what we're doing, we can allow the perception to be corrected. So in this case, um, I'm driving and the negative thinking is attached to a particular future outcome. Well, that's an easy one to see. The negative thinking about the driving and the weather is attached to the idea that there's going to be a crash, there's going to be a punishment, there's going to be a negative outcome that's deserved. So anything that seems to disturb us, we can look at that and look at what particular future negative outcome are we projecting? What are we making? Um, and we don't have to be afraid to look at that because thoughts are prior to experience, to our shared collective experience. And if we really want to affect our shared collective experience, then we should look at those thoughts and allow them to be corrected. Sometimes it seems we can find the thoughts on our own that are reflective of truth, and sometimes all we can do is just ask to experience a shift in perception, and then those thoughts will come to us later. But as long as we pause and stop and ask for the help, it's always there for us. So during this drive, that's what I did. I just noticed the thinking, noticed the feelings, um, realized where I'm from, and just asked for help. It was like one continual prayer. And by the time I got home, I felt really good. I was still driving like a grandma, I was still going really slow, and I had my hazards on at certain points because I didn't want the other drivers to come upon me and, see, I was afraid of them too. um, but so, it wasn't like I can say, and I suddenly drove as if nothing mattered. No, I was still going as slow as I was going, but I was working with the feeling and the thinking. And by the time I got home, I felt really good. And I didn't feel like my sleep has been interrupted. I had to go do this. I felt blessed, like I had been given a gift. And I really appreciate that gift. So the negative thinking, we don't have to get negative about the negative thinking because there's such a gift in allowing it to be undone for us. So I'm always told to celebrate when I notice a feeling that isn't good, and I notice thoughts that feel negative and heavy and dense, to celebrate that, because now I know what to do. Now I know what to do when I notice that stuff. I go to perception correction, and perception correction is always available to us. We have non physical beings all around us all the time, and they're only waiting for us to agree to experience this perception correction. And when we do, um, play a harmonic role in the world and feels really good. It's our happiness. We're designed peace. Harmonic, peaceful. The way to the harmonic role is through our terror. So we might fight that, but sooner or later we realize, well, if I'm going to stay like on this side of the harmonic role and never meet it in my true function, I'm going to be miserable. So yeah, I will walk through the terror. I will feel the feelings. I'll do it, and I'll receive the healing, and it'll be fine. So there's really nothing during your day that happens that can't help you. It's either reflecting the joy you are back to you, an affirmation of who and what you are and everything and everybody is, or it's offering you one of these opportunities. There's really nothing else that can happen to anybody. It's an opportunity to see who everybody is, that, or to see what every circumstance brings healing to you, for healing, or every circumstance, um, the healed feeling. The joy is a healed feeling, right? So if it's not joy, peace, then it's bringing you healing, and we'd be foolish not to accept it. I think that's it. So there's no reason not to appreciate everything. And if you're not, you you can get help with that because help is always around you. Thanks.